What is going on, Nitro Gang? Welcome to an awesome Friday Nitro Gang Live. Now, you guys saw the thumbnail and you saw what's inside this magazine. And then you looked at it and you said, well, bro, why did you got metal wheels? Are you gonna do a whistling diesel style Nitro Gang video? Are you gonna buy a Cybertruck and try to destroy it just for clickbait views? And the answer to those questions are absolutely not. I'm going to do what I've set out to do with my channel mission, and that is make another vintage Nitro great again. I am just happy. I am lucky. I am honored in order to be able to share it with everyone of you out there. Now, let me say hello to everyone that is here, and we will continue, everybody. We got the Nitro Gang VP of Security, Corey, here in the stream. Compass RC Nitro watching from those trailers. We got John Hensley, Nitro Gang Queen Melissa, Big Boys Toys RC. We got Lotus 420, the VP of Boats, Jerry Morales. How you doing? You got to get a promotion soon, bro, okay? You got to get a promotion. We got CJT, Tarek Curry, Keith Tolhurst. And guys, we got a vintage RC magazine. Now, I was flipping through some of my old magazines, and it's always incredibly nice when you find something that was reviewed in one of these rare radio control Nitro magazines. This is not just a regular magazine. This featured only Nitro. Today's RC magazines, guys, you know what? It's sitting in my mailbox right now. The brand new, how you doing there, Boosted RC? Forgot to say hello. We got Nitro J1344, my good buddy over here. What's going on? You know, right now, I have the brand new RC Car Action magazine literally sitting in my mailbox outside. And if you guys, like, I'm not joking around. If you want proof, we got Joe Hutchinson, Vintage RC Hobbyist. That's right, special shout out. I am glad he is here, guys. Let's all put our hands together to Vintage RC Hobbyist Joe Hutchinson that actually mailed me this issue today in the mail, along with a couple other ones. In fact, I never had many of these RC Nitro magazines. I remember going to Barnes & Nobles and reading them there. Yes, I knew how to read in middle school. Kidding around, that was a bad joke. The joke didn't even make any sense, but it's okay. Now I'm going to tell you all, if you don't believe me, how you doing there, Brent, the VP of the Off the Jammin' division, the time period when the Offnas were going hard. And now I hear Boosted RC might be picking himself up a nice vintage Offna buggy. So guys, let's hope he gets another one. The last time, Boosted RC, and if you don't know who he is, you will meet him in a likely tomorrow's or Friday's video. Last time he asked me whether he should get a buggy, and then he showed me what brand it was. I told him you can't kill it. And I think the truth will come out. And the truth is that you can't kill an XTM. You will see it when you see it. All right, my dudes. I'll give you the story on this in a little bit. We'll discuss what the situation with these wheels are. Did this come directly from Whistling Diesel's channel? Was somebody doing speed runs on a ice lake? No, nobody was doing that. What they were doing is trying to set this thing up for racing. That's right. These are metal setup wheels. Oh, did I just give it away? It's okay. It's okay. There's no secrets here. I have zero to hide. And for those of you that think I do, you better check yourself. Raymond, how you doing? Raw RC, how you doing? We got Jose Velasquez. What's going on? Sickening channel member. All right, so we're going to go through this mag. And then I'm thinking, probably need to take this engine apart. Now, I did put in the title to this video, bros. Pizza Nitro, how you doing? Happy to see you here, man. I'm hungry. And I only have Nitro. Who's bringing the pizza? Somebody better bring it. There's a nice little dyno test of an OS 12 CVR right here on the bottom of the page. The question is, do you guys know which chassis I am running the OS 12 CVR in? Which chassis would a Nitro Gang member run an OS 12 CVR? And I'm just curious. It's, of course, a sickening Nitro TC3. That video will be out when it's edited. Nobody knows when. Nobody knows how long it will take because the priority goes to editing sickening HPI R40 videos. Those that know, you will see it this weekend, all right? It went down real hard. When given the chance of reviewing an HPI R40, you take that chance and you quote Arnold and you say, "Get the chopper." All right, my bros, we will continue for now. But I'm saying, though, nobody asked me to go to my mailbox outside and get the new RC Car Action magazine that is 100% electric. You know what? I opened up the mailbox today. I saw the 100% RC Car Action magazine. I closed the mailbox and went home. Took a nap. That's the level of excitement that went down, bros. It's not even a joke. I could actually ask Melissa to go get the magazine. If you want, I will get her to throw it at me. What would you do to get Melissa to throw a magazine at me right now as I sit here? You would do something. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. We will continue. Now, this particular chassis, I picked it up this week. There are several deficiencies, but anybody see the deficiencies here in the front? Forget about the wheels. The wheels are gone. There's no wheels. I'm going to have to pick up a set of some wheels later on. That's no big deal. Wheels today have come down in price drastically. Who notices a deficiencies? Nitro J said, Melissa won't throw it. Oh, Melissa, you got a challenge from our buddy Joseph. You got a challenge. Go get that magazine in the mailbox and fling it at me with 80% of your might. You always got to hold back 20% reserve. Just in case there's like a sickening individual, you got to really take it to them. All right, let me wait a little while till some viewers here show up. This is a very rare Nova Mega SX12 engine. Now, my buddy and I did some research on this. There's not many resources. Engines from the early 2000s, a lot of those websites that they were advertised on pretty much are shut down or they are poorly archived. It's a damn shame, but the resource we have is old RC magazines. In fact, one of the old archive websites I generally use, it looks like they had a cyber attack. John Hensey wants to know, what year is this? So this was reviewed in this 2001 issue. 2001, baby, is the answer. All right. Let me give it a little while longer. The viewers are coming in. Now, for those of you that have wanted the Traxxas Jado for a long time, the news is in. There were some people over the years saying Traxxas is killing the Jado. They ain't going to have no more Jado. How are we going to go fast? The news is in. A-Main has the Traxxas Jado in stock for a very reasonable low to mid 400s price. How you doing there, Southern Maine RC? If you want to pick up the Traxxas Jado at an all-time fair price and support this channel, because I literally have not sold out to any Crawler Gang support, only A-Main, click the link in the description to this video and pick up the Traxxas Jado. That way, I could buy some AA batteries to stick into this Nitro later on, because that is the realm of reality that we are actually talking about. Okay, Traxxas Jado, and actually, the descendant of this car is still sold by Kyosho. Well, okay, they do have many other modern versions. I'll be honest with you, it's not much of a looker. Okay, it actually looks quite terrible. We'll get over to it in a little bit. Check out the bottom. There's a tube sticking out. It was on life support. Somebody put this Kyosho on life support. Yo, Melissa, go get the magazine and fling it at me. Let's go. I think she thought I was joking. I wasn't joking. Yo, Melissa, did you think I was joking about flinging the magazine at me? I wasn't joking. Who here wants to see the new electric RC Car Action magazine and compare it to the awesome red and yellow of this cover? We'll just compare the colors. So I'm literally in the basement right now, and I don't want to rat nobody out, bro. I do not hear footsteps coming from Melissa. Maybe she thinks I'm kidding. I'm not kidding, bro. Oh, right. Whenever she decides to get it, I'll show it to you. But until then, I'm gonna sit here. Okay, so let's get down to business, bros. Who wants an overview of this chassis? There's in fact a lot wrong with it, and to be honest with you, I overpaid. I overpaid. It's not the best Nitrogang deal ever made, but I didn't start this channel to make money on repairs, right? Started it to make Nitro great again. I hear footsteps upstairs now. Wow. I hear footsteps. I can't believe it. How you doing there? We got Zachary, Blanco, and Clifford. We'll see what the condition of the engine is. This is a non-pull start. Not that easy. Terra Curry goes, we got disc brakes all around. Yes, this is the Subaru of disc brakes. So these are actually called setup wheels. They're still sold. What happens is these are metal discs. They're not wheels. These are metal discs. You put them on very flush with the 12mm hub. And then you use a camber gauge, right? So this is used for aligning your camber caster, toe in, whatever type of dimension you want for your setup. Which makes sense because if you have wheels, really it's not, you know, there's rubber. You need like a hard surface. These are still sold, not exactly this style, but slightly different styles. So they're not actually, you know, put together there. They just kind of sit flush with the hub, called setup wheels. How you doing there, Pitbull? Air cooled. Happy to see you here, man. I'm just out here waiting to get a magazine thrown at me. Just, if anybody thinks that's weird, don't. Okay, don't. It's fine. I hear footsteps right now. Wow, it's like footsteps are coming all the way from Antarctica. One would think I live on a 1,000 square feet reservation. All right.
Don't be a bitch to me.
Let's throw it. How you doing there, Andrew Pope? All right, throw the magazine at me front face first. Face first. Throw it at me. Did you take it out of the plastic?
Yes. Because I had your address.
Well, the thing is, you weren't instructed to take it out of the plastic.
Oh.
Now they're going to think I looked at it already. They're going to think some of the electric seeped into my bloodstream. I want you guys to know, 0 of the electric, you know, is in my bloodstream. There's 0. I'll go get a blood test, and it will come back Nitro positive.
You can blame it on me. I don't give a shit.
She took off the cover.
Okay, because...
Now there's going to be radiation poisoning. Okay, just throw it at me. Go ahead. Fling it real hard.
I'm not going to throw it at you.
If you don't... Here it is. She softball threw it at me. So the cover of the new RC Car Action magazine is a tiny crawler. I care more about counting steps on a sidewalk than I care about this. Who here is with me on that, bros? You know, like when you're walking on the sidewalk, this is a cover you want. This is a cover you put in the barbecue. You could walk on a sidewalk and you could say, well, how many steps will it take to get to my bus stop in the morning? For me, depending on where I park my car, it's about 125. Okay. Southern Maine, thank you, bro. He goes, love my Nitrogang time every weekend. Happy to have you here, bro. I appreciate the support. But let's get back to counting steps on a sidewalk. Actually, that's OCD. Don't do that. You could develop very dangerous habits in your lifestyle. Don't count steps on a sidewalk, okay? Count nitros in your basement. And I know many of us here love to count our nitros. Me, personally, I have no idea how many I have. You know why? Because it's not about how many you have. It's about how many more you will get this week. And for me, statistically speaking, it's a high probability more will be going down the pipeline. All right, bros, let us continue. Thank you all for showing up. I appreciate it. All right, just know this channel has a positive message at all times. Let's take a look at this Nitro. Now, I have a plate over here. Okay, what do you think I'm going to do with this plate? You think I'm going to go to Disney World? You know, no, I'm not going to Disney World. I don't like Disney World. It's too hot over there. My buddy, Ben, been to Disney World. He said it's too hot. He said they AC things in Florida all the time. a slice of pizza is $11.95. I'm not paying $11.95 for a slice of pizza when you can get Nitro for that. This is for engine parts, baby. Engine parts. All right, I'm going to rearrange the camera. We'll take a quick look at this chassis. There's actually a lot wrong with it. The pipe is dangling. I'm going to ask you all, what do you think I paid for this? By the way, this is all I got. There was nothing else extra. There's no body. There's no wheels. All in, I'm about 140. About 140. I'll talk more about it later. About 140. Is this a $140 car? I honestly thought it was better than it actually is. All right, let's take a quickie at it. And it's missing a lot of parts in the front. Luckily, well, no, it needs at least $40 worth of parts right now, so it's actually not a good deal at all. This is going to turn out to be like a $180 all-in car. All right, let's go. So Terra goes, the engine is worth more. And that is true. That is one of the reasons I decided to make this a deal. The engine is not terrible. It isn't seized. It seems to have very, very good compression. So the prior owner did tell me it only has 2 break-in tanks. Don't want to say nothing bad, really. Let's see if he's watching. So if this engine has 2 break-in tanks, then today I did not have Trader Joe's for lunch. Now, if you guys knew me, you would know that I basically eat Trader Joe's frozen foods for lunch almost every other day, which is okay. Does that cooling head look like a 2 break-in cycle cooling head? I'm just curious. OG Nitro RC, how are you, man? Does that cooling head look like a 2 break-in tank cooling head to you? This is probably a 2-gallon cooling head. I mean, basically, you kind of have an idea over time. The discoloration, the anodizing on this generation of engine will get you. And this is further from reality than Taylor Swift's ability to be a good singer. That says a lot. Because the other day I saw a picture of her without makeup. Who knows, maybe it was AI altered. I closed down the application right away. Terra Curry, I will tell you, these engines are very, very high compression to begin with. So let's attempt to spin over the flywheel. It's not seized. We have good access right here. This is actually a great chassis for a starter box. The edges aren't completely terrible, not beveled. I would like to see a beveled edge. You want to see a bevel like Kim. Kim is beveled efficiently. You guys know what I'm saying. This is the overflow tube from the tank. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I might remove it. I might keep it. I don't know. Looks like someone has also removed a good layer of the bottom due to scratches. So the compression is... I cannot spin it over with my finger easily. I literally cannot spin it over. So the compression is there. We got compressioning as well, I like to say. This is a 3-belt drive chassis. Belts look to be in good condition. Let's check out the bottom belt. The belts do appear to be new. They say Team Kyosho, which is what you want to see. Gear mesh, we have some of it. So the gears do look somewhat chewed up, but it's not uncommon from this generation. At least they are a relatively large gear pitch. And we do have, you know, the world's worst foam air filter. I will say, whenever you pick up a proper high-end engine with this air filter, you pretty much know you're making a deal with a person that didn't care about this engine. So the reason I say that, these are not 2-stage filters. They actually pretty much suck. The foam in this style of filter, it's a very large kind of, I don't know if this is the right terminology, open cell structure. Normally for air filters, if you look like at a Traxxas filter, the foam will be extremely tight. There won't be any pockets in it. This is also not oiled. But in reality, I was reassured, bros. Joshua Delaney, how you doing, man? Happy to see you here again, man. Happy Friday to everyone just joining us. Let me give you all a little catch-up. Kyosho V-One R. This is the very, very early first one. Now, I said before, we are missing some parts. And it does appear that this took a heavy-duty front-end collision. Very heavy-duty front-end collision. I did some research on this. It appears that these parts are interchangeable with the FW06. And if you do want to pick up the FW06, it is in stock at A-Main. I did put a link in the description to this video, guys. All right? And I talked for quite a while with almost very minimal mumbling. I think I deserve a high five for that. Give me a hell yeah. In the front, it appears we have a ball diff. I'm not sure because there's no wheels. I can't really check the diff action of this right now. Maybe if I like get some wheels from some other car, I'll be able to put them on. I don't know. Next thing I noticed. Why is the pipe hanging like that? So the other thing is, this is actually quite a good pipe. You can see it says Nova Mega on it through the black paint. It does say Nova Mega. Problem is, why did the prior owner paint it? You really don't need to paint pipes. Corey over there with the Nitrogang emojis, man. I appreciate it. Zachary Blanco goes with the hell yeah. Never paint pipes. They're basically good the way they are. This is useless. Extremely useless. Don't do it. Unfortunately, someone did it. Dan Davidson, what's up? He goes, that was a rough 2 tanks. Yeah, bro. It seems each tank was a gallon. You know, I pretty much learned over the years the discoloration on this well, I would say this vintage style engine, 2 gallons and it begins to look like that. Like, you know, the inside you could see there's like scratches over there from, you know, inserting your glow driver crooked. It's definitely not 2 tanks. 2 tanks, this would have been spotless. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, Terra Curry goes, the upper plate also seems to be painted. So this one seems to be to have paint overspray, I think, on it. So it's extremely busted. I mean, the paint is probably the least of my concern. I was looking at this pipe hanger. Now I'm like, well, does it go here? This is actually not the hanger location. This plastic piece is. It's also totally destroyed. So if you take a look at it right there. How you doing there, Offna guy? He goes, did I hear a hell yeah? And anytime we get a new Nitro, there's a hell yeah. So you heard it, bro. You heard it. Thank you. You definitely heard it. And it's acknowledged. So check it out. Yep. This was busted. This is actually quite terrible. Good luck getting some of this. I'm going to have to get real creative. This is not good at all. I mean, it's not easy to bust a pipe hanger. Usually that happens in a crash. Which looks like this experienced a lot of crashing. At the very bare minimum, the chassis does appear straight. At the bare minimum, I'm going to need the Kyosho FW06 front bumper mount, which is like, you know, a $10 part, not the end of the world. The foam, which is probably going to be $16. And the body post, which is probably going to be another set, probably another $12, $15. So I would say close to $35 to $40 in just completing the front. And it will be, well, better than nothing, right? So we have old failsafe. So I'm going to ask you all, what do you want me to do first on this chassis? Or do you want to look at the magazine review? What's it going to be? So gear mesh, before we continue, appears to be not terrible. It's good, actually. No noises with the gear mesh. Notice, oh man, I just noticed something else. Look at the screw mounting. Why would anybody use... Dude, that's literally a sheet metal screw. Terra Curry, thank you, man. He goes, Houston, we need parts to make this Nitro great again. Luckily, Kyosho still sells the FW06. And I'm going to order some of them on eBay. I did see them. What sucks is the damn shipping costs more than the parts. That's the problem. Thanks, bro. Terra Curry. Big fan of Kyosho here. In fact, if you guys didn't know, Tarek was one of the team drivers in the Kyosho World Championships. And he drove a V-One R. So that's pretty sickening. That is pretty sickening. All right, let us continue. Gear mesh seems adequate. What else do I see? Yeah, what the hell is that? That is not what you want to see. So I already pretty much know why this happened. Anybody want to figure out why this happened? We got Kim. How are you doing, Kim Ketley? Happy to see you here. Don't know if you've been here before or not, but thank you for stopping by. I do this for the Nitro gang, but at the end of the day, the goal is to make whatever Nitro great again. We got Earl Moorhead. He goes Hot Rod Hobbies track in Santa Clarita, California. Why is it every time I read a town from California, I think of Back to the Future and what is that mall? The mall. I've been to that mall. That's a real mall. The Green Valley Mall, Oak Lake Mall, Green Valley Hill Mall, whatever mall it is. It's basically still there. People go there and do videos in their parking lot. Pine Valley Mall. Pine Valley. Earl Moorhead, Pine Valley. Okay. John Hensley, thank you, bro. He goes, let's get that Nitro great again. We're certainly gonna try. Now, at this point in time, I would say something that starts with F and ends in Inna. But a channel member, No Music RC, told me never to say it again. And you know, guys, it's okay. If you want me to do something, I'm here for you. I'm here for the Nitro. And I will respect what you want me to do within legal reason, of course. All right. I know why this happened. So normally, this would mount into a servo tab. Obviously, we're missing the servo mount tab, I think they're called. So this would mount to a removable servo tab. It's not the end of the world. I could probably 3D print them. I might even have a few. This is not what you want to see, my dudes. I mean, the hole will still be reusable. At the end of the day, it'll still be reusable. Pretty much bad. Okay. Kim Ketley goes, yes, I've been here. I asked you about the Sportworks. Well, yes. Now I remember. I am sorry. But let's hope you made that Sportworks great. I am actually working a Sportworks of my own as we speak, man. Or woman. I'm not sure. We don't want to assume. You could have people named Kim. You could have cats named Kim. I mean, my cat's a boy. His name is Sandy. People are like, oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. No, bro. That's Garfield over there. Mark DiVincenzo, how you doing? He goes, does it run? So I was assured this only did 2 tanks of break-in. But then I looked at it. And then my assurances went downhill. But it appears the compression is very good. I have no reason to think it won't run. Chassis does not appear bent. It looks like it could have been bent, but it actually looks straight. There's definitely nothing bad. The chassis looks fine. Nothing else crazy. So I think what we're going to do, I'm going to ask you all what you want me to do. Take a look at this RC magazine right now with the original review on it. Check that out. Nitro Monster. This is the engine in my TC3, guys. Dyno Test OS12 CVR. You never go wrong with a CVR. They're really not rated a lot of horsepower, though. Like, if you look at the horsepower specs, you're like, bro, that's all it is. But it's horsepower and reliability from this carb that you want. And the cooling, you just want it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You just want it. VTEC 8-scale Serpent, that's pretty sick. Thunder Tiger TS4N Pro. But this is the chassis we got with the awesome BMW M3 body. Oh, dude, that's M5. Is that an M5? Oh, that's an M5. That's a good-looking light in the front. We need Earl Moorhead to get an M5 over here. I think he can get one. There's a lot of those pretty nice ones in his area. In New York, they're all stolen. All right, let us continue. I think people want to see probably the breakdown of the chassis. Oh, by the way, in case you guys were thinking I was joking about the all-electric RC correction magazine I had flung at me at a very low RPM. You want me to flip to something in the new magazine? I mean, I could do it. I mean, if you have your barf bag ready, you could probably get it right now. Anybody here have their barf bag ready? I'm just curious. All right. Well, actually, this is kind of dope. I take it back. This stuff I kind of like. Yeah, but this is like, this could be a multi-$1,000 build. These Tamiya semi-trucks. Okay, semi-trucks, I take it back. They are impressive. I was actually going to buy a Tamiya night hauler one time. They're like about $450. So here we have a sickening looking body, but guaranteed it's gonna be crap. It's a Tamiya. So it's going to be all body and then all plastic. You put this on the RC track, the very first kid you come across will destroy you with an XL5 Rustler. Trust me, guys, when I go to my local RC tracks, the kids destroy people with XL5 Rustlers if you show up with something terrible like this. It's going to happen. All plastic everything, like Kim Kardashian. Next up, we have the small SCX, I don't even know what this is, I don't care, crawler. In fact, I care more about the amount of oregano on my pizza than I care about this crawler. You heard me say it. I don't even like oregano on a pizza, but I care more about that than this. You know, they take all of these pictures. I'll agree, they look cool, but the driving experience, it's basically like rolling a piece of tape on the floor and watching it fall. It's boring. Rolling, go ahead, imagine taking a piece of tape, you know, circle, like packing tape, roll it on the floor. That's what that is. I can make it over more obstacles than that. How you doing there, Oscar Quendo? Happy to see you here, man. Hopefully him and I will burn some nitro this Sunday. All right, let us continue. No more of that electric nonsense. You know, don't wanna really say electric nonsense. There's a time and a place for that, but it's not this channel. That's all there is to it. You know, sometimes people get upset that I you know, am anti-electric. Guess what, guys? That's all of our options. You can do that because I don't go to other channels and trash talk their electrics to them, do I? But guess what, everybody? People come to this channel and other nitro-based channels and they spew nonsense. That is unethical. That is incorrect. We could have an opinion, but we are not purposely spreading negativity to others. And that is what I will say. If you agree, let me know there in the comments, baby. All right, let us continue. So I think everybody wants to know, how is the engine? So I think at best, we should probably remove the cooling head. If it looks okay, I'm just going to put it back. Nothing else around the top over there looks to be... What the hell is that? This appears... How you doing there, Harlem? NYC Eagles facts. Exactly. Like today I was going through a comment and it was like nonsense about nonsense. This guy's blah, blah, blah. The electric is so much better. Bro, I don't go to your channel and pretend to, you know, put nitro on a pedestal. I keep the reality of what viewers of this channel like here, okay? I'm not purposely going to other videos and leaving spiteful comments just to get a reaction, to create drama. That is the ultimate level of pathetic, is what I will say. All right, let us continue. So I'm thinking, what do you guys want me to do? Remove the cooling head? Oh man, there's the hardware on this chassis. What the hell is that? It looks like there should be like a brace over here because on the Serpents, there's almost always a brace. You know what? I'm thinking we should take a look just for our viewer pleasure at another awesome vehicle. I'm going to pull out something incredible. It's going to change your life. Are you ready for a life change? Let me know if you are. I'm going to zoom out for this because you're going to see it real good. So what I was talking about, what the hell is that? Now this is proper Serpent. 10 scale. I only fired this up about 2 times. So in general, these Kyoshos were competing in this segment. This is a slightly newer chassis. This is probably one of my best ones. Obviously, it's real well built. We got ourselves a Trinity pipe OS12 TR engine. This is not just a regular TR. Anybody want to tell me what's so special about this 12 TR? Well, the answer is you have to look at the color of the engine case. And I know color blindness exists, and that's fine. In fact, many people have been proven to be colorblind. There are 2 versions of these OS12 TRs generally, bros. And this is the one you want. Do you want to know why I'm saying that? By the way, this is the way the brace should look like on that Kyosho, unless I'm mistaken, and that just doesn't have it. This is the Outlaw. Go ahead. Say it. Outlaw. The Outlaw is better. So anytime OS has anything black or like gold generally means for OS it's like a hyper. Brand new kit right here. Only fired up like 2 or 3 times. These engines are so good. They never get seized up. So OS 12 TR is what you want. Outlaw. If you get a silver can motor, you're still cool, but a little bit less cool. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's all right. So yeah, a little 10 scale vintage Nitro. You could tell the Serpent quality is real impressive. But of course, this was built really well and never really run. No scratches, never hit the dirt. I would consider selling this. I would. To fund the channel and to go further, I have 2 options. Sell some of my awesome RC stuff or sell out to ball shavers. Now that you're never going to see. Therefore, I have to sell stuff. But not today. This is a 10 scale. I'm not sure which model it is, but this is a real robust chassis. We got front one-way, factory foam tires, beautiful chassis design. Look at that 2-speed. All right, let's get rid of this one right now, and we'll talk about the Kyosho. In fact, Kyosho's kind of whack looking compared to it, right? But I will say this is the very early generation of the V-One R. The second gen V-One R, which actually, unfortunately, I lost a bit on eBay the other day. Would have won, but, you know, like I said, I got to sell some stuff. Things ain't going that great, but it's okay. Texas Hill, how you doing, man? Happy to see you here. He goes, hybrid. I have one of those. I knew when I pulled out a proper 10-scale touring car that Texas Hill would have it. I knew it because you're a VP of on-road. That's what you are, man. And Acura MDXs. You're dual labor. All right, let me put this one back, and we're going to open up that one. By the way, the handling on that Serpent is impressive. Impressive. All right, so I think it's time to remove the cooling head, actually. Kim goes, it looks like the Trinity reflex. Totally correct. In fact, how you doing there, my bro? All Aspects RC. If you want to see a Trinity reflex, I'll pull one right now. You know, that's why I got a lot of Nitros, because when people say things, I like to show them what they say. It's the ultimate show and tell. You want to see the Trinity reflex? I'll go get it. So, Trinity reflex, bros. Come on. You think you're going to stump me? Not going to happen, guys. Check that out. Trinity reflex, baby. So this one needs a little bit of extra things. I just haven't gotten the parts over the years for some reason. That's why Joshua Delaney, he knows all about that. Trinity reflex. This is probably one of my top all-time favorites for the 10 scale Nitrogang segment of this caliber. They're really not that rare, to be honest with you. I had another one over the years. I sold it to a very dedicated member of the Nitrogang, so I'm happy that it's still out there on the road. So this one also has carbon fiber upper deck. Very good handle here. This one is missing some of the servo linkages, well, and the servos themselves. I bought it in this condition. In fact, back when I got this particular one from the same person as that Serpent, right? Very impressive chassis design. As you could tell, they've even machined proper airflow heatsink heads that direct airflow into the engine. So when you're running, these slots are diagonal. They're directing airflow into the engine block. That's hella efficient, man. That is hella efficient. All of them, of course, 3-belt drivetrain. Very low center of gravity battery mount setup. This is a proper Nitro. We have also the same OS 12 TR Outlaw black engine case over here. Absolutely perfect condition on the engine. Let's see if we can get a little piston action over there. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. Incredible machining work. All the aluminum it's juicy. Look at that. Brand new. So 10 scale Nitrogang. This one has never been run. That's because it's not complete. Like I bought this particular one with exhaust missing. So, and unfortunately, you know, the exhaust you would want for this is obviously something manufacturer specific or THS. Unfortunately, THS has left the Nitrogang high and dry. Texas Hill, I know you have the perfect Kyosho GT2 to run outside. I can tell these things. Right, so this is a pretty impressive car. By the way, this particular one has carbon fiber all around. Real nice gears. And by nice, I mean large pitch. Real large pitch. This is a cover. If I remove this access port. Ugh, okay, we're just going to leave it. Juicy, huh? Let me ask you this. This or that Serpent? I don't know. Personally, the Serpent's impressive. But Trinity is a great name for a stripper. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Let's continue. All right, so Nova Mega. I looked up the specs on this. Just Joe, how are you, man? Happy to see you here. Just Joe, I hope you checked out that video with the Sen Genesis 46 that I got, the 10-shock setup. I'm working on getting that one running. It needs, you know, the stock radio glitches. It's like real bad. But it does work. 3-speed, reverse, and 10 shocks. Sen Genesis 46. There's been many generations of the Sens over the years, but the one well, for me personally, it's the first one. All right, so we're going to take off the head. So these are Nova style, the Nova Rossi engines. So 5-port turbo. This is the SX12SS. Very rare. There was also a side exhaust SX12. This particular one is rear exhaust. So what do you say, guys? Take this cooling head off, check it out a little bit, or RC Magazine. I'm going to give you all 20 seconds to decide, and we will continue. By the way, I did put a link in the description to this video for you to pick up the Traxxas Jado. The Jado is back in stock, everybody. You know what? I think I'm going to show you. I'm going to have to show it to you. I'm sorry about that. I have to show it to you. So the Traxxas Jado, if you're right here in the chat later on, click see more. Click the link, the Traxxas Jado 3.3 in stock. Let's just take a quick look at it because I'm telling you, I do not know how long it will be in stock again. 449, that's going to be the fastest 65 miles per hour you can go. Highly recommended. In fact, I thought these were canceled. Many people have messaged me and told me, hey, Hybrid Man, these are going to be canceled. But they're not canceled. They're in stock, so get it. Make them great again. All right, Jeremy Hawkins, how are you doing, man? Judge Joe goes, why do I always want another Jado? Because they're awesome, dude. In fact, we're going to do an unboxing of a new one soon. All right, let's get back to this. But for real, telling you, now's the time to get a Jado. If you want to go fast, that is. If you don't want to go fast, then you get a Carrot. Get a baby Carrot. You're going to go real slow because you know what happens with the baby Carrot? They don't have nitro engines. Okay. Come on, who's going to have awesome analogies like me? Bro, nobody. I got awesome analogies over here. Get a baby Carrot, you will go slow. In fact, if you get a bigger Carrot, you'll go even slower. All right, let's see. So these use flat screws. Let's go to town. Breathe in, breathe out, screw to the left. Oh, okay, first screw is good. It's coming out. Thank you guys for joining tonight on the stream. For those of you just joining, I picked this one up this week. I paid about $140 all in, including, transportation costs and stuff to get there. I thought it was a better car, to be honest with you. Earl Moorhead is singing the ultimate Jado song. Jados come and Jados go, but I always want to go to A Main to get me some mo. I made that up right now. All right. Hellcat, how you doing? He goes, I just got a new Rovin. I got to read people's comments and then unscrew things together. Hold on a second. Yeah, I got to be real careful not to strip these threads. You know what I'm going to do? Okay, it's in there. I got a new LT360. How many heat cycles should I do? Goes Hellcat 2805. Okay, Hellcat. The question is regarding a gas engine. I have a lot of break-in videos on this channel. In fact, if you just look up like, any gas RC videos, you'll see I do the heat cycles in all of them. Generally about 5. Some people do more, some people do less. In fact, the very first Baja, which will be featured on this channel shortly. Special surprise. Special surprise. They recommend you don't even need to do a break-in, right? Rugged RC, what's up, bro? How much for the Serpent? Well, I mean, I'm not really selling it right now, but it's not going to be cheap, man. You got to fund this channel, you know what I'm saying? YouTube ain't doing it. So either way, breaking on a gas engine is okay. They're all out. Let me just answer this question. Breaking on a gas engine is basically easy. For me personally, I think it's a good time to learn on how to fire it up, learn how to prime it, make sure your failsafe is set correctly. Don't really look too much into like trying to kill it right away. For me, it's a good learning time. And if you mess something up during the break-in, when the wheels are like off the ground, generally, you'll pretty much know if you have like radio glitches or stuff like that. Lotus 420, the VP of the gas boat division, says 3 heat cycles and send it. You could do 3. Me personally, I like to do 6 shorter heat cycles. Okay, so 3 is not incorrect. If for you a heat cycle is like 20 minutes. For me, a heat cycle is like 8 to 10 minutes. I don't like to idle them too long. It's basically like you're gonna, they're not getting to very high temperatures. For me, I like to do 5 to 6 heat cycles, but we all have our own. But I'll tell you, it's better than many people that do 0 heat cycles. And we all know who that one person is. Okay. Guys, are you ready to lift the head? Go ahead. Are you ready for the head to come off? Man, there's just so many bad things about this chassis. Like, why is there a hole right here? The hardware is all shit. Okay, anyways. I hope the engine is good. Let's remove it. You ready? Remove it. Remove it. Joshua, the way he goes, pull it. All right. All right. Oh, wow. It don't look at all terrible. Let me take the screws out. Let's look at the bottom. Yeah, so the seller assured me this is a 2 break-in tank engine. If this is a 2 break-in tank engine, then Kamala is a great candidate. And we all know that that is a false statement. What the hell is up with that glow plug? That is so oily. I am going to have to remove it and clean it. So these use a turbo plug. They're not cheap at all. They're more than regular plugs. Well, the good thing is the piston is not at the top, as we obviously know, because I spun it before. But that is going to have to get a look over. Okay, so we got the shim. Let me remove the shim. The shim looks okay. Not crooked or nothing. So I'm going to put the shim back here. And I'll adjust this and clean it in a little bit. Later on. Not by a little bit, I mean later. Let me take a quick look at the bottom. We're going to spin over the engine. So I do feel some tension there at the top. In terms of ports, this does appear to be the 5-port, yes. You could see the port gang over there. So it's not terrible. The only real bad thing is, yeah, well, no, I don't see any bad things. You know what? I need a cotton swab. I feel like there's a piece of dirt over there, or maybe that's like gunked up fuel. Okay, I got it out. All right, so it's pretty clean. I wouldn't say, this is definitely not 2 tanks worth of break-in. If this is 2 tanks, then my name is Kim Kardashian. And it isn't. That's not my name. My name is Hybrid, the Nitrogang. All right. So, I mean, I don't see any massive scoring in there. Let's get real close in there, guys. Oh, yeah, that zoom is spicy. Bro, I gotta tell you, nobody zooms like I do. I'm the zoom king. That's HD zoom. Let me read what you guys are saying. So I'm gonna leave it like this for now. I'm thinking maybe put the head back on just to make sure no dirt falls in. It's not horrible. There's no scoring on the piston. I mean, on the sleeve. It looks all right. The compression was very good. Yeah, but it's definitely not 2 tanks. This is like 2 to 3 gallons worth of fuel, I would say. You could basically tell based on the discoloration. It's not horrible, but it's not great. I'm wondering, should I take this all apart to fully clean it? All right, let me close this back up. Let's continue with the rest of it. Man, this is real irritating. What the hell is that? So that's what it is for now. What else is there to talk about? So these are, for those of you that maybe came in a little late or whatever, I'll explain what these metal discs are. These are setup wheels. So what happens is you mount these metal rotors to the hub, and they're used to give you a flat surface for setting up your camber caster. Yeah, it doesn't look bad, the engine. I don't want to say it's real bad. It's definitely not real bad, but it's not 2 tanks. That's okay. Listen, we all make subjective claims. That is probably why Kamala is running again. Her claims are more subjective than many others. All right, let me leave the engine like that for a little bit. What about the bottom? All right, it looks fine. The screws are not missing. Sickening. I'm thinking, should I start removing some of these wires? They're real crusty. So this is a fail-safe. What do you guys think? Remove it right now or what? Remove it or no remove it? All right, so that's a fail-safe. The world's worst. What the hell is that? All right, so the wires are coiled. That's pretty typical. Sickening. This says KO Propo, which was a brand that made, radios, electronics for RCs. Electrical switch. Battery checker. Made in Japan. On or off low power. Oh, not bad. Although, to be honest with you, you pretty much know when your battery is low because your servo starts to work like crap. Like, low battery power in a Nitro is not unobvious. It's pretty obvious. These are all extra battery drain devices. So I'm going to try to disconnect what I can over here to clean this up a little bit because it's going to be tough to work on it. Dude, look at this. It's all wired up into the servo wire. Holy moly. Oh, is this the on-off switch? Okay, I see what you guys are saying. This is the on-off switch. So normally the power switch should be over here. I looked it up in a manual online. This is normally where the receiver is and a power switch mounted on this side. God, this is going to be... Just going to remove this because I don't like these extra wires. It's tough to work on. Obviously, these are old JST plugs also. You really want to run like modern Futaba plugs. Well, because almost all modern electronics are, the receiver's designed to accept Futaba plugs these days, really. Okay. Finally got it out. Some old vintage stuff over here. Anybody here used to watch American Pickers? It was a show on History Channel, American Pickers. Yeah, one of those cast members, you know, the shorter guy, what was his name? Mike? Yeah, he passed away. Damn shame, man. Damn shame. I met the American Pickers in real life. They did an episode here in Staten Island. Oh, man, look at that dirt over here. Found a piece of some plastic, of course. I think it's going to be... What the hell is up with the servo mount? It is all crooked. Yep. Lotus 420. Frank. Oh, Frank, not Mike. Frank, right? The shorter guy. The shorter guy from American Pickers passed away. It was a great show. They did a show here in Staten Island at a storage unit. Great show. All right, so engine seems to be okay. You know, I kind of made a big deal about it, but it's not. It's fine. This is actually a very high RPM, 40,000 RPM Nova Mega Turbo SS SX12, which is very, very proper for this generation. I'm going to put this back on so we don't get no dirt in there. I'm going to clean it in a little while just so we can work on stuff easier. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not shoving it in. I don't want to risk damaging the washer. Okay. Next thing we can do, I really can't do much. I have to order parts for the front. The whole front end is missing. So we need the FW06 front bumper. I'm going to look up how much these parts are online. Let me see. eBay, I think I already saved some of them. Yeah, here it is, one of them. So surprisingly, I'm going to show you this, guys. Kyosho of America does sell them. So surprisingly, I'm going to show you the way it looks. This is the listing for the bumper, right? So $5.99. Well, this is the bumper mount. But notice the description. It says Kyosho FW05-/06 and V-One R series. It looks like the V1, the entire RR series, actually the same parts as the brand new FW06. That is kind of a good thing. So I'm going to have to get this part, you know, this crazy shipping. Thing is, we also need the foam bumper, and we're going to need the body posts. Sucks, they're all individual pieces. Like, they couldn't include the damn body posts in this. It's real sickening. Second-hand RC, how you doing, man? Nah, I'm just over here talking about this Kyosho that somebody slammed real hard. You know what I also noticed before, guys? The shocks. We got a shocking problem. Anybody want to figure out what's up with these shocks? I'll tell you what's up with them. Let me just wait to adjust the video here for a second. All right. Wow. Look at that close-up shock view. I am feeling shocked myself. I'm going to remove one of these shocks. I'm thinking something looks funny here with the shock setup. It does not appear to be an original shock to me. So let's do this. You guys want me to take one of these shocks out or what? I think we got a shock problem. I don't want to have to say it, but I think we got a shock problem. And it looks like these are not the correct shocks for this chassis. I think we're going to remove... Which shock? Let's remove this right shock. It looks cleaner. I cleaned one of them before just so in case I wanted to remove it. Let's remove this one shock, all right? I fly 65. How are you, man? Yeah, this shock does not look to be the correct shock for this chassis. All right, let's continue, everybody. All right. First thing is okay. let's remove the shock from the bottom. Yeah, so when I was testing out the suspension, it definitely felt like there was no shock oil in there. That's never good. Let's see, let me pop it off from the bottom. All right, the shock is off. So just looking at it, there seems to be a puddle of shock oil right there on the bottom. I wonder why that is. As I compress it, all I can feel is spring. Yep, I feel spring, baby. These are definitely not the right shocks for this chassis. They are very far from the right shocks. Let's remove the spring component itself. Oh man, that looks like an oil leak is going down. You know what, it's kind of hard to remove it. I'm gonna move up the collar. Oh, we got Michael Sucha here. How are you, man? Long time no see. Oh, well, actually, no. I saw you last week. What am I talking about? Sorry, bro. Saw you last week. Damn. Yeah, when this collar is so hard to take off. Okay, so we took it off. I already see the situation. It appears a shock seal has left this chat. Why is the shock seal outside of the shock body? That is odd. How you doing there, RPM Nitro? Happy to see you here, bro. Happy Friday, Nitro. I'm over here just taking shocks apart on this relatively rare Kyosho FW. Damn, did I say FW5? No. V-One R, the first of the race series. That is odd. That definitely appears incorrect. Let me change the view so you guys can get a top down. Can't beat a good top down. You know, it's like pizza. When you open the box, you look at the pizza top down. That's what's going on. There's nothing different here. All right, let us continue. So I'm going to try to give you guys a real good view over here. Wow. That O-ring is totally crooked. That seal should be in the body. That is incorrect. Let's take off the top cap. I'm going to remove this first. These are definitely the incorrect shocks. Hold on a second. It says Colt over here. Colt is a model. Didn't Kyosho? No, Kyosho had a car named Colt, right? The Colt F1. That was a brand of. That was a brand also. Anybody here know? All right, let's remove the. Okay, this doesn't go down, so I'm gonna have to undo the top cap. Yeah, so 100% not correct. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Serpent Colt goes Texas Hill. Okay, that's right. Often a Colt holds there. They're different models, not the only one. Oh, yeah, there we go. We got ourselves nothing. Yeah, often a Colt. That's what I thought, Terra Curry, too. Although they were around for... That might have been like a brand name also for a car. I've seen it in old RC magazines, to be honest with you. So we got nothing. These shocks are incorrect. Let me see what happens if I try to stick this into the shock body. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point these shocks are useless. There's some kind of incorrect assembly over here. Because this retainer should not pop out. Yeah, you're not supposed to be so easily able to push this down. We're definitely missing the correct size washer or retainer. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, not only is it dry, but you see how I'm easily able to press down on the shock bottom? That is incorrect. I'm going to have to do some research on this. But these aren't the correct shocks for this chassis anyway. So, you know, whatever research I do, kind of meaningless, really, because they're not the correct shocks. So I'm going to have to source some shocks. The other side looks to be the same, actually, Joshua Delaney. In fact, it appears the O-ring has totally fallen down right there. I could see the orange O-ring right there. So the shock's not good at all. That's kind of devastating. At least I thought we had okay shocks. We do not have okay shocks, everybody. The shocks suck. Yep. The case for this chassis is getting worse and worse. The only thing average so far is the engine. Sick. All right, guys. I see you're all talking amongst yourselves. You know, I'm not really interjecting here much. This is just in the chat. But please, let's keep it civil, you know. Nobody wants to get blocked on my channel. Trust me, before I remove anybody, there's deep consideration that goes into it. It doesn't happen one time. I don't brag about it later, some individuals do. So please, let's just do it, you know, keep it real. Keep it nitro, please. For now. Okay? All right. So sickening. I think it's time to change gears a little bit. Let's shift into 6th gear with the M5. What do you think? I promised you a magazine. Well, I put it in the thumbnail, didn't I? I think I did. What do you say, guys? All right. I mean, this chassis it's going to need a lot of work to make it like anything, right? Unless I want to drive with 0 shock oil. Who knows? Maybe I'll just run it with 0 shock oil, bro. People do it. Look, it's the Armas. The Armas, you get them, you open up the box, your whole box is leaking shock oil. All right, let's take a look at this mag because it's pretty awesome. By the way, just again, this was sent to me. This magazine today just came in the mail. Special thanks to Joe Hutchinson, keeping the vintage RC information alive. Yeah, Earl Moorhead is totally correct. He goes, some people shouldn't modify an RC car shocks. That's true. Personally, stock shocks are very good in my opinion. Whatever happened there, bad move. Bad move. All right, Dearhead Harvey, how are you, man? Happy Friday to you. All right, guys, let's continue. This is a 2001 Super Rare magazine. And if you want me to take a look at it, let a brother know. By the way, Hulk Hogan just got some news. The news is in. Not everybody is Hulk Hogan's brother. And that is a good joke. Guys, let me know if you could see okay. Your vision matters to me. We got Trinity fuel. Pretty good fuel. You know, I will say there might be a trend of people fighting on other channels. But, you know, when I first started doing videos, guys, that was not a thing. Nobody was fighting anybody. There was no drama. That did not happen. And let's keep it that way, right? I don't encourage that. So let's just continue. All right. We got some bodies. We got an original T-Max ad. This was actually the very first T-Max they had. Well, color scheme. Before the pro graphics. Before, oh, it's kind of weird what I just said. I meant before the pro graphics. Corey goes, I agree, yes. Before the pro graphics. It was like a reddish white color scheme. Sickening. All right. So we got ourselves an ad for an Offna buggy. These are fantastic. I know many of you guys in the chat even have this. In fact, I have it. What am I talking? I have it. The Offna Ultra MBX. All right, let's continue. I'm not going to talk too much about the Offna buggies because they're pretty common. They're not rare. You know, people sell them all the time. Tires. we got ourselves an Offna Pico engine. This is a nice one. Big power, they say. I agree. Bigger power. Now here is something worth discussing. Offna Ultra GTP. One of my good buddies, Ben, has one. When I remember the early 2000s, this is what people were doing speed runs with, right? The Offna Ultra GTP, which was basically the Offna buggy chassis with a 2-speed on-road suspension and on-road tires. I remember people hitting, and this was James Simroth, how you doing, man? Michael Sucha goes, hit the like button, please. That would be great. I don't really tell people to hit the like button that much. In fact, if you go to smaller channels, they have way more likes. It don't matter to me. I'm going to be here with or without the likes. I'm going to tell you that right now. And it's been going that way for years. Ain't never going to change. So they call it the new class. And yeah, this is actually pretty true. Because you got the optional 2-speed transit say, wow, that is fast. I just read it for you. Pretty impressive. These are really, really rare. And actually, when you see these in real life, they're giant. They're a pretty large car in real life. Next up, Sidewinder Fuel. They still sell it. Crut J Vlogs. How you doing, my brother? We got a Dynamite T-Max. All red. Now, recently, unless I am mistaken, Compass RC picked himself up a nice little big block T-Max. But it wasn't a Dynamite. Quite sure it was an XTM, wasn't it? Tell us all here, man. Very nice truck, though. Offna guy goes, awesome. I have the 9.5 Violator Pico, brand new. I knew you had one. There's a reason why they call you Offna guy. Well, that's the reason. You're a guy and you got offness. It's pretty explanatory. There's a reason why they call me hybrid. Actually, the reason is my favorite band growing up was Linkin Park. And the rest was Prius history. Great tools. Oh man, this we gotta zoom in on. I have a few of these parts. Wolfpack Radicals. Hopefully later on, someone that matters watches this part. Wolfpack Radicals for the Schneller Y brace. Sickening. So soon we're going to get to... Okay, so here is the Kyosho V-One S. I was actually doing a little bit of research in the difference between the V-One S and the V-One R. It appears the V-One S is just a... I mean, they do say that this is a 15-engine pure 10 GP four-wheel drive. So I'm not totally sure what the difference in the V-One S is. And the V-One R, it appears this is like a simpler chassis. They have similar layout though, to be honest with you. Okay, so the fuel tank is more to the side. You could see this is one of their cheaper pipes. But the front end looks just like the regular V-One R. I wonder what they... Kyosho's Pure 10 series, although the V-One R is also a Pure 10. I'm not really sure what the difference is. Anyways, if I find something, we'll continue. If not, well, someone will find it. Team Associated, I covered this many times already. I'm not going to go over it right now. Mugen Racing. Was a video on one of these buggies recently featured on the channel. MBX4R. In fact, yes, MBX4R, this was featured. My good buddy Ben's Nitro with a Works B5. Over here we have some new Nitro stuff. I guess they're showcasing products. Italian Power. That's okay. Okay. I'm not going to cover this right now. Nothing interesting here. Well, I mean, it's all interesting, but I'm not going to talk too much about it. It's already getting late in the tooth. Okay, we have an ad, wow, for the V-One R. Maybe we'll actually discover what the hell makes the V-One S and the V-One R different. It appears the V-One R, which is the one that we got, that's right off the guy, man. That is right. I would say that, but we're not going to say it. just because people get real upset over nothing and they think they're in the right, which they're not in the right. When you make yourself a victim for sympathy, that's what's called you're a real loser. Okay? If you try to play the victim card for sympathy, get it right. You're the real loser. V-One R. I mean, this looks more of a race setup, obviously. It's way nicer than mine, that's for sure. But let's see, they don't really make any references to it. Kyosho knows exactly what it takes to win in four-wheel drive nitro racing. The legendary 8-scale Inferno buggies, 5 consecutive firsts at the IFMAR World Championships are all proof you need. The Kyosho engineers turned their talents to 1/10 scale. Present the V-One R, a vehicle that adapts proven 1/8 scale car technology to meet IFMAR 110 GP touring car specs. They don't really distinguish what the difference between the V-One R and the V-One S is. Anybody here knows? Terra Curry might know. I mean, they're both 2 speeds. They're both small blocks. It says the upper deck is molded from tough fiberglass reinforced plastic. Interesting. That's probably why mine looks terrible. Okay. Jeremy Hawkins goes USA 1. In stock right now at A-Main, bro. I had to say it. Okay. Here we have some... these would have been new cars for the time period. So Duratrax and HPI Nitro MT. I've covered them many times. Not really going to talk about them right now. Oh, man. New Era Dragster. Dude. New Era Nitro Dragster. 1/8 scale rail in the shutdown area. What the hell does that mean? New Era chassis has the .21 JP black engine, Serpent 2-speed tranny, and a parachute. I have a hunch this is going to be featured on my channel soon. And my hunches, guys, they're always true. You know why? Because my hunches are based on facts and evidence, not hearsay. Right, we got the Duratrax. They actually got, I think they got sued for this chassis. The Dirt Demon, the Nitro Demon. Okay, let's continue. Oh, Lotus 420 goes, shutdown areas is the end of the track. You see, I didn't even know that. Thank you, man. Thank you. I hear they got some, reader suggestions or whatever. Okay, we're not going to talk about this too much. We got HPI Nitro Rush. We got some engines. We got the Storm, GS Storm. In my history, I've only owned one GS. Of course, it was like my 3rd Nitro. I didn't particularly like it, to be honest with you. It didn't do it for me. Although all these buggies are basically similar, so I don't want to say that they're all bad. It's just maybe, back in those days, it was the pre-YouTube era. It was trial and error learning. Okay, Big Boys Toys. I'm going to read your comment. Good comment. He goes, the V1S came as a kit that you had to build. I had the ones. It was single speed. Oh, okay. I gotcha. So the V1S is the lower trim level, you would say, right? It's like the Honda CR-V and the Honda Pilot. Yep. Okay, Turbo Box. GS Racing Starter Box is basically all similar. Servos. We're getting to... By the way, you see this brand, everybody? This is called I think it's called HG, Hardcore or HG. Yeah, HG Parts. HG Racing, I think it's called. If you get, pretty much over the years, there have been many, many brands that make aluminum upgrades for HPIs and Traxxas products. Now, if you get like a T-Max with an Into-G conversion, it's pretty much poorly made. They're worthless to a degree. The HG is worth money. I personally have never had anything HG, so, I'm not the expert in the... Oh, here we go, baby. Kyosho V-One R, the one in this video. You want me to read some of it for you? Kind of gives me a headache reading it, to be honest with you. Gunning for Nitro, touring supremacy with a Killer V. Killer V. Sickening. I could read some of it. You want me to read some of it? I mean, I could narrate. I need some motivation, though, to read it. It's kind of annoying to read things through the phone screen, and it gives me a headache. But if you want, I'll do it, bros. To survive in today's competitive world, a manufacturer has to be on top of new trends and technology. Since Kyosho is at the forefront of new tech, it's no surprise that it has again entered the Nitro touring car racing scene with a sedan that's sure to keep it on the leading edge of racing. The new Kyosho V-One R follows a standard already set for touring cars with advanced pivot bowl suspension, a narrow chassis, an inline fuel tank, battery and servo, threaded shocks, fluid-filled diffs, and more. Does this car have what it takes to beat the competition? They asked the question. I think we got to find out. Joshua Delaney, bro, you have a good night and weekend. Stay true, stay positive, and don't let the little things get you down. And also, don't count how many steps you walk to the bus in the morning. That could cause an OCD problem and a therapist later on. Just letting you know. Don't do it. Cool D32, how are you, man? Cool D wants to know, can the belts handle that motor? Oh, yes, bro. Belts are actually very resilient. They have just enough stretch, man, to make a Nitro great. All right, so let's see what they got over here. Some specs. So the street price was $330 for the kit. That's right. Terra Curry goes, if it wasn't for the V1, there wouldn't have been the V1 RR or the Triple R. And I had a video on the Triple R. I will say the V1 RR is a way more advanced chassis. This one's a little FW06-ish looking to me, which is not the end of the world, but you got to start somewhere. 329, which really, if you want to get the new FW06, I put a link in the description to this video, guys. The FW06 is in stock. It's the descendant of this chassis. Get it. Be happy. Don't be a hater. Okay? Just do it. Let's see what they said about it. I'm going to read some of the hits and misses. Hits. Rigid, no slop suspension. I love no slop. Threaded shocks. Not mine, of course. You know, these shocks look just like the FW06 shocks. Damn, that repair is going to cost me a fortune. This was not a very good purchase. Misses. No pads between the suspension pivot ball and nut. Suspension pivot ball. Okay, so that's actually a race thing to keep dust out of the pivot ball. That makes sense. Rear body posts are too short for some bodies. Well, that's not going to be a problem because I got no body posts on mine. Get it? Mine is so bad, I have none of those problems, bros. Okay, so they didn't really do much of a good review on this article, to be honest with you. Well, it's a kit. What are they going to talk about, you know? Engine-wise, they used the Mugen MT12, not included. So you needed all of those pipes, all of those parts. It would have been a lot of cash. Let's continue. ESCs. We have O'Donnell. Well, this is nitrohouse.com. It was a website that sold a lot of Nitro stuff. It's dead now. It's from Laguna Hills, California. Okay, the King Cobra of Serpents. Serpent VTEC. They misspelled Honda VTEC over here. This is misspelled. That's a joke, guys. That's a joke. Get it? That's a joke. So, blah, 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 blah. This is an 8-scale pan card. They're very expensive. All right. So this particular model was the big daddy of them all. It says street price $800 for the kit. That's basically what a modern Serpent pan car costs today. 8-scale. Oh, wow. Look at those shocks. Inboard cantilever shocks like a Revo. Dude, the Revo must have copied them. I don't think I've ever seen this particular model in real life. I don't think anybody here has one, actually. Look at the rear suspension. Also, inboard cantilever shocks. This reminds me of the Offner DM1 Pro. That's beyond sickening, everybody. Look at the chassis on this. Holy moly. I don't think I've ever seen a chassis with the whole engine is exposed for cooling. That is epic. Yo, Texas Hill, you don't have this model, do you? I don't think you do. It looks like they're using a combination of bottom chassis and vertical plate design over here for rigidity. That's actually pretty rare in a 8th scale on-road car. Yeah, it's a two-piece design. It says the bottom plate of the chassis is a two-piece design. This allows the engine to be mounted as low as possible to the lower center of gravity. Wow. That is sweet, Pizza Nitro. That is super sweet. Yep, Texas Hill goes, yes, he has the previous version. Look at those shocks. I love inboard shocks, man. I love them. Can't beat a good inboard shock. It's like a pizza. When you open up the box, the pizza's inside the box. Get it? Where do you think they got that idea from? The pizza. Kidding. All right, we have the MIP temp gauge. I actually still run one of these on my Savage XL. Very useful. Next up, several stuff. Don't care about that. We got the Schumacher XTR. Now, John Hensley recently got the XTR. So this particular model, they kind of all look the same. Notice the price is $319. It says 50 miles per hour. That's because this is the single speed model. So if you see the ones that say XTR 3E, 3E refers to the 3-speed baby. Single speed baby is slower, which is logical. But I will say the chassis is kind of not very good in terms of, you know, well, it's not built like other cars. I don't want to say it's not very good. It's good. The engines in these are phenomenal. They're phenomenal. It's an abbreviation for phenomenal. All right. Serpent Impulse. I think that's the one I just showed before in this video, right? Yeah, this was the 10 scale Serpent I showed. Sickening. Serpent Impact. Impulse. Thunder Tiger TS4N Pro. I don't think I have this one. I gotta hunt it down. Thunder Tiger Evo 12 engine. Sick. Yeah, the Pro is real nice. Megatech. I love Megatech. I had this engine brand new. It had crazy compression. The compression was so crazy, I broke the pull start cord. Tower Hobbies. All right, so it's 1013, guys. Let me just flip through this real fast. This is like something custom somebody built. Don't really care about it because like it's all. Oh no, hold on. Did I see a Nitro in it? I did. Therefore, I automatically care about it. Wow. Wow, this is going to be the last article I'm going to talk about, everybody. Okay, so thank you all for being here. I bought myself a real killed FW06. Damn, what did I say? Not FW6, but V-One R. But hopefully this will be a runner. Engine's okay. I'm going to clean it up. There's a couple other issues. V-One R gang. Never let a Nitro die. That's what I'll say. But by the time I'm all in, it's going to deplete all my Nitro funds. Damn shame. So here, this is a custom Nitro. Look at the price it says. The cost to build, $38.90. So if you do the time value of money conversion, $38.90, 24 years ago, 23 years ago, that's probably like $8,000. Compass RC, man. You know it, man. You know it. Probably, yeah, I would say this is a cost of AGs to build today. So they're running the OS RG. Yeah, this is a custom. Oh, look at that. You guys know where this tank is from? That's a Traxxas T-Max tank. Like I always say, Traxxas makes any Nitro fixable. They're running the first gen T-Max tank. on a modern version of an $8,000 truck. That's beyond sickening, actually. Oh man, hold on a second. You got to be kidding me. This is a Nitro Rustler. No, this is a Nitro Sport Pipe. Maybe Nitro Rustler from that generation. Are they running a big block 21 RG through a 0.15 size displacement pipe? Well, we found ourselves a flaw. Yep, that's a Pro 15 pipe right there, Texas. I mean, Lotus 420. Yep. They really cheaped out at the very last minute, huh? I don't even think I would do that. And that's a lot. Yeah, it looks like front engine. Earl Moorhead, T-Max for the win. I mean, it's a lot of custom work. Oh, no, hold on. How are they getting dual pipes on this? I gotta check this out. This appears to be a dual pipe setup. Is this a dual engine truck? It didn't look like dual engine. It looks like single engine. Sickening. I'm gonna have to read this later and report back to you. Investigation's ongoing. Okay, so this I'm not going to talk about. They're talking about head shims, washers, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to read that myself and enjoy it. OS engines, these are great. These are the CV series, so they're not the ABC. These are ABN. All right. Awesome magazine. This is going to need some work, bros. It's going to need some work. By the way, as I said before, whoever's watching this now or later, if you want to pick up the new Traxxas Jado, they are in stock right now at A-Main. If you want to go fast, then the Jado is what you want, guys. Well, we're going to have to end it here for now. I will say, I did want a nice V-One R. This wasn't the nice one. Okay, engine is okay. I think it's worth what I paid for it. Was it a fabulous deal? Not really. This engine alone is like a $200 engine. Well, just because it's a $200 engine a long time ago doesn't make it a $200 engine today. But, a lot of people spend money on their passions. And that's okay. Not everything has to be 100% awesome. It could be 85% awesome. This is probably 75% awesome. And that's okay. Harlem NYC, bro, thank you, man. I'm going to do a little bit of work on this, clean this up. Order the whole front part set. It's missing a lot of stuff. Like, you can't really drive these things without a front bumper. You'll bend the chassis. You need the foam bumper, you know what I'm saying? All right, Clifford goes, love the mag time. Thank you, man. I knew you would appreciate it. I'm surprised not many people thought that my setup wheels were interesting, bros. I don't understand. Why not? You know what? Just because of that, I'm going to check out some fast food apps right now. I think there's a free Big Mac at McDonald's. I might have to go pick up a Big Mac. I'm loading the app right now. Thought I was joking. I'm not joking. Oh, you want me to upgrade? No. Damn, they won't let me order without upgrading. All right, I guess I'm going to have to upgrade later. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said before, on this channel, you're not going to see a sellout. But if you want to buy stuff, please click my A-Main links in the description in this video. Anything you want to get, it doesn't have to be that. They'll give me a small commission. Basically, I'll wind up spending it on batteries for nitro cars. Okay, it's better than zero, right? I go through a lot of batteries, bros. Tomorrow, there might be a stream. There might not be a stream. I don't know. We got to live our life and, at the end of the day, accomplish our mission. which is be ethical, be positive, help people around you, care about the common man, and burn nitro every weekend. That's what we got to do. With that said, guys, I will be back. Earl Moorhead tells me to get a chicken Big Mac. Bro, that's like $8. I'm not getting that. You know how many batteries I can get for that? This thing is a pile of crap. Kidding around. For real, though. Thank you all. Goodbye. I'm going to be here for about 2 more minutes to let you guys interact with each other. It's not only about me, it's also about you. But if you were curious to see what's in this new RC Car Action magazine, it's all electric. I've already scanned it. I'm going to put it on my stairs and leave it there. The truth. It's the truth. See you all later, guys.